They're also not going to be armed, but you guys are going to shoot them out, so it looks really good for you. But we also, for our streets, look like we did our thing.
Yes.
And because, do you really think Iran would risk killing 100,000 Israelis? Look at me. Well, I'm saying, no, they wouldn't. So that was all a coordinated effort.
Welcome to Deep Waters.
Where are you going right now?
So they crank the 5G up, and then we just all get shaken and baking microwave. I love it.
I didn't say that, you absolute moron.
There was no dinosaurs. Those were Nephilim giants from the Bible.
And Lucifer is in the Vatican?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think space is probably like
Just a giant liquid. Build it up, seal the well. When it's about to collapse, release the gays.
Are you going to get the jab?
Never. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.
Are we in it? Oh, man, we're in it. Welcome to another Deep Waters. I'm Sam Tripoli. This is Dylan Wren. Over there is the whitest motherfucker you know.
Thanks for cursing.
Oh, snaps. Now we got to beep that.
Thank you. Can I just do this?
Right out the gate, bro? My hellos? I'm getting yellows?
Yeah, big time.
Yellow hellos. Yellow hellos.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Ryan's looking good, Ryan. You look like you still have hope in your eyes.
Yeah, you have.
Ryan has so much hope.
You have a new haircut today.
Ryan, did you get a new haircut? What'd you go for at Supercuts?
I did. I went for the somewhat mullet thing that.
Yeah. What'd you say? Hey, give me the CW.
No. I was gonna do. You give me the Monster Energy. That's what it looks like. You're so white, man.
What are you drinking, dude?
Everything.
Guys, if you want to be a fan of Sam Tripoli, and it sounds like you do, please go to samtripoli.com. Grab your tickets now. Guys, this weekend, guess what? Daddy is in Dallas, going to one of my favorite clubs, the Plano House of Comedy. I'm there with a comedy group out of Canada called the Danger Cats. They got canceled. They tried to cancel me. Come to a show full of canceled people. That's a good time. Then Eugene, Oregon, and then...
Are you confused?
What?
They tried to cancel you?
Yeah, with my well-crafted pronouns joke that the ugly and the unsuccessful don't like.
Well, so why would you be doing a show with them if they were malicious towards you?
No, they didn't try to cancel me.
Oh.
They got canceled in Canada, and they tried to they being the people of the Twitterverse and Instagram and TikTok tried to cancel me to no avail because nobody cares about pronouns. Back to it. And then I'm going to be in a bunch of other places. Just go to samtripoli.com. New dates every day. Good to be here.
What are your pronouns?
You want them?
No.
I ain't afraid.
No, I don't. Will you ask me how I'm doing?
How are you doing?
Not well.
Not well.
No.
Don't ask me how I'm doing.
How are you doing?
Don't ask.
Rye, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Ryan's doing great. He's white, good looking, young, full of hope. Was having a really interesting discussion before the show.
Let's get into this. Sam has fallen into another pitfall.
What? Yeah, well, pornography.
Yeah, you're back to spanking.
I just get bored, bro. I read, I read, I work out. Yeah. I'm just bored.
Well, that's why in our discussion on our Patreon episode titled Worst Episode Ever, you asked, should I get an Xbox or a PS5?
So I put out the poll on Twitter, and it wasn't even close. Gaming
PC?
That came up too.
What?
But the number one was PlayStation.
Oh, really?
I was really amazed because I thought Xbox... based on, I don't know, the propaganda out there by the marketing team of Xbox.
No, it's Bill Gates propaganda.
Oh, so which one is Bill Gates?
Xbox.
Oh, then I'm going PlayStation.
Yeah, I should have factored that in. You would never own a Bill Gates product.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though you
probably can listen to me
50.
even more? Double down in Dolby Digital Sound?
What are you going to get? What game are you going to get?
I don't know, man, but I'm like, I need to find out something than watching traumatized people have on camera. I need to watch something else than that.
No, I said I was a fan of. Well, Sam obviously made a hacky, lazy joke.
Oh, what are you? What are you? The internet? Are you the comedy police? I'm sorry, I'm traumatic. I got unattractive people judging my comedy.
Yeah, no.
Half the people that judge me look like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. So and Jabba the Hutt.
What just happened?
Screen went out. Jabba the Hutt is...
Okay, when Ryan, never make that face unless it's DEFCON 5. Okay, we're back.
Jabba the Hutt is attractive to some people.
No, there's literally nobody that thinks Jabba the Hutt was a cute character.
Well,
not one person. Even chicks in the fatties did not go, I would.
So anyways, we were talking about Sam's kind of ethical transgressions, falling back into the evil practice of spanking it. And, I said that I frequent pornography, and then you said something about, what are your favorite person's names? Like you were calling me gay.
No, I forget how we got into it, but it was like your favorite porn star, and then you started naming men.
No, I said...
You did Ryan, didn't he?
No.
He started naming male porn stars.
I did not. I did not. This is what you do.
You will never get fired. Is that not how we got there?
It's not.
It is.
I mean, it definitely... I think it started with an offhand comment about, like, oh, have you seen this guy, Manuel Ferreira, or...
Well, it basically got into like...
You accused me of watching gay porn. That's fine. I've been watching the Gerard Carmichael show, so essentially I have.
Well, okay, dude, I've known Gerard Carmichael since he was a young lad.
Yeah.
I guess now we call him a twink, okay?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know if he is a twink.
At one point, he had to be. He was like a tiny little gay man.
I think he might be an otter.
What is an otter?
I don't know. Can you look that up?
I've heard of bears.
Yeah, bears. I've heard of bears, twinks, otters. I think there are coyotes, kangaroos, dolphins, and...
I do a joke about how I'm a platypus.
What's that?
I don't know. I just picking animals. Weird animals.
What is it? Gay otter.
What does it mean, Ryan? Can you read it?
Within the LGBT community, otter is a term to describe a type of gay man. Otters generally have a lot of body hair, much like bears.
Oh, okay, so they're tiny, furry guys.
In frame and weight.
Okay.
Considerably less than bears. Okay, so I would be an otter in the gay community.
Yeah, you would be an otter.
Okay, so Gerard is not an otter, but have you been watching the show?
I have not watched it. I've watched very little television.
Okay, well, maybe find a show and stop.
Well, right now I'm trying to get through the end of Beef. I love the show. It's been really hard to finish. It goes off the rail. That is what's going on with a lot of television right now. Great shows, and then by the end, they've just run out of ideas and they go to crazy. What was the one where the guy, like somebody,
Westworld?
No. Well, no. What was the show where like they buy a house and they just get terrorized in the house? And it's based on a true story.
So bad.
No, but it starts great.
Right.
And then the bottom just falls out.
Get in the comments.
And
let us know.
Nothing makes sense
it
at
was
all.
Like the letter. It was somebody dropping letters.
Yeah,
off,
letter, and then they were.
It was so bad.
What was that show?
Ugh, God, Ryan, can you look that up?
Don't you have a podcast called Bad Television? You should be a Rolodex of shows. You should be like, bang, that was J.J. Jackson. And that was a show from, 1984 to...
You got to watch Fallout.
You told me that. I just saw someone else.
Fallout is so fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But that show started out great. And the wheels just fell off. Don't worry about it.
The Watcher.
There we go. Great job on that. The Watcher.
Hey, Rye. Great job on that.
Great job on that.
That haircut is powerful.
It's dude. That's I get puss.
So
that's either we're fucking or I'm fucking.
You made a hack joke about how I watch gay porn.
Well, I've never heard anyone when you go, "What's your favorite porn star?" List the male porn star.
You didn't ask me who my favorite porn star was.
We got into that.
If you asked me who my favorite porn star was, I would probably rattle off quite a couple of names. Harley Dean.
Oh, and then we got into Ryan said something really funny. He goes, "Oh, I think I've seen his work before. Like he's an artist." Like dropping D
They
is an art form
they are
now?
artists. Are you kidding me? Can you imagine if you or I were in a porn?
No, I've
People
seen it.
would
I
throw up. They would-
immediately
yeah.
erased it.
I
I was
know.
like, this never needs to be seen by other eyes.
They are artists.
Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad.
You know what? I think a good way to probably never masturbate ever again.
Yeah.
Film yourself doing it.
Oh,
If
you know what's so
watch-
funny in recovery? I tell people who relapse, record yourself when you relapse just so you never get that feeling again.
If you filmed yourself just like a little dumb monkey, just and you watched it, you would never want to do it
Yeah,
again.
that's
You'd
true.
just be so
That's so
disgusted
true.
with yourself. You're saying
Anyways,
that was the
to
origin
conspiracies.
point. Yeah, to conspiracies.
That's conspiracy is this otter over here gay.
Okay, so I have been having
Can we get okay?
a tough morning because, and this we'll get into.
Oh, is that it?
conspiracies.
Is that who died?
So this morning I got on the freeway, as I'm wont to do. Didn't even map quest because I just figured. I know it's an antiquated expression, but
Hold on. Oh yeah, that is that crazy?
I know, we say
and it's
map
very
quest.
weird when somebody has the market and they just lose it.
yeah,
A great example is TiVo. Do you guys remember TiVo? TiVo used to call, I'm going to TiVo that.
Right.
And then they just got bought. They just got their lunch take. Someone came and drank their milkshake, and now TiVo's dead.
TiVo's dead because they needed the milkshake to survive.
Yeah, well, it's like everyone's just like, oh, we'll just take your technology and do what you do. They're like, but, what?
So I hop on the freeway, didn't even map quest it. I figured it always takes me anywhere from 35 to 50 minutes to get here from where I live in the rainbow city of Silver Lake.
Now, I don't know if that's a rainbow city. There's already a rainbow city.
What is it?
West Hollywood.
Oh, okay. So I'm driving and I go, okay, this is really bad. What's going on? Right. And people are absolutely losing it. I'm in a full flip off contest with a Tesla. It's absolute anarchy on the road.
And he's probably letting the Tesla drive, so he's double flipping you off.
You know what? I might have seen a double flip off. I pulled the window down, flip off over the
so
roof.
you had already passed. You decided to bring it back.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't let me in for no reason. We're in gridlock traffic. I'm trying to get off the freeway. Wouldn't let me in. He can see me. It was a flip off contest, so it's absolute anarchy. The map.
Did you just put your Thai boxing shorts out the window so he knew who you were?
I enter the address into the Goog, and it is
Into the what?
Into the Goog.
Oh, okay. I thought there was an.
What?
You're just telling an Asian person.
No.
Okay.
No. So it is telling me if you are to remain on this road, it will take you 2 hours.
What?
To get to Calabasas. It is telling me to get off the freeway, go all the way back through Hollywood to my house to get on the 5 to the 130. So I'm like, okay, what is transpiring? What has transpired? Ryan, can you play this video?
Oh, just rear-ended this dude, and you know he's probably are the kids still Snapchatting?
Oh yeah.
Here's a live view of
brutal.
that I've been following since 5:10 this morning. As you can see, 3 vehicles involved, including
Brutal.
transporting some portable restrooms. Sadly, this is a fatal crash. This is a traffic alert that is in effect until at least now 8:30 this morning. So
Brutal.
just extend
Okay.
the traffic.
So first things first.
Oh man.
Not great response time from the. I mean, this happened at 5:30 this morning.
I mean,
3 hours. Can we not clear cadavers
you would
off the road?
think it was a 20-car pileup by how long it took.
It's 3 cars, 1 dead body. Very sad.
Okay, that's
Get them
somebody's
out of
life,
here. I
dude.
know. I appreciate.
Somebody lost, and may you die an honorable death.
An
That's what I have
honorable
to
death.
say.
An
Do
honorable
not involved with a porta potty. That's how. Oh man, I mean, just man, awful.
Can you imagine plummeting into shit? That's the way you go out.
I will not make these jokes. Somebody lost their life.
Holy smoke.
That's somebody's son,
Yeah.
daughter,
Somebody's
gone.
son, daughter who was driving had to have been 90 to 100 miles an hour.
And you just
at
plow
5:30.
into a porta potty.
So here's the thing. When you get into traffic collision in Los Angeles, it's the repercussions go tendril backwards to tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of people.
It is brutal what you could do to people's lives.
Yeah. So I'm here to say that we need to start having tribunals for people that cause accidents. I mean, if you crash a jet, you got to get in front of people.
Okay.
Right? So if you cause a traffic accident, I mean, let's get you in a courtroom. I mean, what happened? Were you Snapchatting dick pics? Because
I agree with that.
You can't.
I'm sorry, this may go against the grain. I want racial breakdowns of accidents. I need it.
Completely.
I have this theory on who's doing these accidents.
Completely unnecessary.
I really want to know. I have this real theory. Okay.
What's your conspiracy?
Mexicans.
Why? Why do you think Mexicans?
I don't know, bro. They're always just in their Honda Accords, just trying to go win every race. That's all I gotta say.
Who's trying to win every race?
Dude, all these cars on the 405 and the 101.
Yeah. And I'm sure that people in the comments could probably have guessed this, but I do drive a Prius.
Yeah, I mean, dude, gun to my head, saving humanity. If I had to guess, what does Dylan Wren drive?
Yeah.
Prius.
Right. 55 miles to the gallon. I'll see you later. But,
dude, you're saving the planet.
I'm not. The lithium batteries are killing.
By the way, dude,
people.
What is up with Greta's tits, bro? Have you seen those mammies?
Do you have anterograde amnesia? Because we talked about this last episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, do you remember we were talking about stuff and then Ryan was like, hey, I got something. Have you guys seen Greta's fatties? And then you two absolutely lost it.
Go on.
So there was another traffic incident this morning on the Golden Gate Bridge.
This, by the way.
Ryan, can you pull this video up? Just
why would you still live in San Francisco at this point?
If you're a tech
Okay, so
person.
This is basically... by the way, I would get out and start throwing.
And you want to stop the world for Gaza.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
And you know, my whole theory is this is all psyop itself. But that's my whole theory. That's my joke about pro-choice rallies in shutting down the 101.
Right.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Go do this on a sidewalk somewhere and let people honk and support.
Tell me, everybody, how do you get the people on the Golden Gate Bridge to want to get behind Gaza by shutting down traffic? Okay?
Yeah.
You know how you do that? Here's what you do. You guys start a vigilante team around and you just start fighting anyone trying to break into cars. And people go, who are you? He goes, we're the people for Gaza. You're like, wow, Gaza's really trying to help.
I love that.
Just go around vigilante style, fucking people up. Shutting down the Golden Gate Bridge is not going to help the Palestinians in any way.
No.
None.
No. You're just going to piss off people. And honestly, I bet a couple of people on that bridge who were in support of the Palestinians are now Zionists because of these people.
100%.
Talmud
By
Zionists.
the way, as they're there, how many people just got out of their car and jumped? Just said, F it. I was going to do it anyways. Let's go.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, God forbid somebody is kind of teetering on life and suicide. They're sitting in a jam like this, and the bridge that they were going to do it on is right there.
Somebody's work's like, one more time you're late. I don't care what the excuse is. You're fired. They're like, no.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd make no illusions, dude. I would somehow go over that wall with my car, somehow go over that tiny median and just go the other way against traffic.
Would you not run the people over?
Dude, I have zero problems with just slowly going through them.
Right.
Not enough to kill them, but enough that they're like, okay, I might die. I'm going to get out of the way with their... Dude, I'm telling you, the ugly and the unsuccessful have turned the internet and just society into just war.
Here's the move. You glacially roll through them, right? Capture them onto the hood.
Yeah.
Once they're safely on the hood.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to treat them like a fawn.
Yeah.
Essentially. Get them on the hood.
Yeah.
Once they're secure, start speeding up a little bit.
Yeah.
Hit the brakes, and shoot them off, and then go around.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's the maneuver.
Sounds like someone's had fantasies about that. Guy flipping off people in traffic.
Well, I mean, Sam, Tesla drivers.
Porta potty deaths, you're just flipping people off.
I don't care if it's a porta potty death or not. You can't drive like an absolute maniac.
Yeah, you got to get off the phone.
thoroughfares.
I mean, that's my biggest thing right now. I think my goal is for the rest of the month not to tweet once outside of outside of me trying to promote shows. I'm going to try. I'm not. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get on Twitter.
The show will be ruined. I need your Twitter feed to be alive and well and shouting insanity.
Yeah, I mean, I get out of the traffic. You're not helping your cause by shutting down traffic. What helps your cause is going to government buildings and protesting there.
Oh, I thought you were going to say planting fertilizer bombs.
No fertilizer bombs.
My bad.
We do not. Dude, you are the worst on this show.
What?
Why don't you just tell the FBI to monitor you?
They're already monitoring me.
Monitor me hard. Monitor me
harder,
Daddy.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to start.
Oh, by the way, before we get into that, can we get into that? They now have passed wireless. They've re-approved wireless search warrants. No, wireless tappings without search warrants.
Can you look this up so we have just any idea of what he's talking about? That'd be great. What are you talking about?
So basically, there was a bill that passed a law that was coming to an end, and they renewed it. Okay, and what was happening was what? No wire. No, what you have to do is no search warrants. Surveillance, no search warrants. Is that what it is? It just passed. House
passes 2-year surveillance law.
So what's very interesting is AG Garland called up every single politician and basically told them, you got to vote for this or else we're going to release that you love to watch Japanese anime porn.
And honestly,
which I'm by the way, loving the animation porn. It's just filthy. Go on.
So earlier on in the episode, and I know we spent too much time on it, but when you were trying to condemn me for watching the gay porn that I don't watch,
your favorite porn stars are men's dicks. I mean, you literally brought it up, and then this guy's I've never seen his work.
I have favorite male,
it's some kind of art
Sam,
display.
I don't know what man who participates and interacts and interfaces with pornography does not know the work of Manuel Ferrara.
I do not know. Is he the white European guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know him.
Yeah, but I don't have. He's not my favorites list.
He fucks great.
I don't know. I would like to run a poll. Do you have a favorite? If you're a guy, do you have a favorite male porn star?
Yes. If you're a guy, let us know, and let us know if you know who Manuel Ferrara is.
How come there's no movement to get men's pay in pornography equal to women's pay? Where's that movement?
I've been shouting it from the only time I've shut down traffic is over this issue. That's the only time.
Should we do that as a stunt? Equal OnlyFans pay. Equal OnlyFans pay.
So Speaker Johnson scaled back the measure to 2 years from 5 after Donald Trump urged Republicans to kill it in an effort to require warrants to search for America's messages. That sounds like it was struck down. When was this written?
3 days ago.
Okay.
I mean, it's the New York Times. It might.
But here's the thing. A.G. Garland went and strong-armed everybody to vote for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to me.
Oh, well, what I was going to say is hentai is way stranger than gay porn. Right, because that's just that's two humans.
I mean, we're making advancements left and right.
That's true, but
we really are making. The porn stars of 2030 are in deep trouble. They're just in deep trouble.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're competing against people who feel no pain.
Well, and honestly, you know, I love a narrative in pornography.
Oh my God,
really? Yeah, I really have to have a storyline.
You really do?
Yeah, and it has to be believable, right? I can't have somebody come over for golf lessons.
Do you need soundtracks We don't have soundtracks anymore in porn. You're so young, you probably don't even remember how important a great guitar riff was to enjoying a sex scene. Just like, oh, dude, they're jamming. And you're like, how's this synced up?
Right.
That was somebody's job. Like him and his wife would watch. They'd watch the scene. They're like, what are you feeling on this? Maybe some keyboards?
You can tell that Thundercat is on bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Anyways,
I love a nice music score in anyways, it's too much porn right now.
There is. It's just all of it's for free too.
But I got to say lastly on this, and then we won't speak about porn anymore. The narrative in hentai must be extremely rich. I mean, there are heroines being chased by
octopuses. Yeah, which is I don't like that.
Oh, you don't like that? That's where I draw the line. Okay, got it. Okay, so I wanted to start this segment off with a Bible verse.
Oh, that's what I love.
Can you go to that? Yeah. So zoom in a little, right? The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "This is a requirement of the law that the Lord has commanded. Tell the Israelites to bring you a red heifer without defect or blemish, and that has never been under yoke." Now, the red heifer thing has been spoken of a lot in conspiracy circles. You've heard of this, right?
Yes, of course. I once was. I got called in by a very attractive woman. This was about 20 years ago, and she's like flirting with me in a kind of a meeting. And she's like, "Well, you got any movie ideas?" I go, "I got this great one. It's about a red heifer and they're sacrificing it to bring on the end of days." And she just stared at me, and the meeting ended right there.
Yeah. Well, and that's why Sam is not in the upper echelons of Hollywood. It's not.
Oh yeah, that or I'm not satanic and take it in the butt. Yeah. It could be either of those.
Well, there's two reasons. One, you refused the advances of satanic,
which I did get hit on by a gay man at MTV with a hey,
right.
We gonna play,
but also you do refuse those, but also you're just terrible at pitches.
I mean with a hot chick, and I'm like, we're gonna sacrifice this red heifer. That's the story.
Yeah. So
when's Pixar gonna come out with that movie where all the farm animals try to save the red heifer?
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. It would be easy to save the red heifer because all the animals would have to do is scratch it, because these red heifers have to be absolutely perfect. Now, I know that many of you watching have heard this a little bit before, but by the way, my red heifers, I love perfect too. Okay. Is that a category in Pornhub? It has to be. You can go to Pornhub and type in red heifer, and you'll find some. See beautiful redheads getting rocked by Rocco over here. Who's his name? The guy you like? Manuel Ferrara. Okay, Manuel Ferrara. Oh, I was thinking it's Rocco. What's his name? Do you know? Still Freddie or Sion. Yeah, these weird Europeans. Oh, so you guys do know the name of no, but I don't have a favorite. Okay. Go on. All right. So with this attack from Iran over and I wanna send you a video really quickly. But Sam, just speak on the attack that transpired over the weekend, really quickly. What do you mean? Iran sent 200 cruise missiles. Okay, so there you just spoke on it. Thank you. I've learned your game, Dylan. You set me up, and then you try to make me look stupid all the time. You really are the Wile E. Coyote of this show. I just need you to know that. Oh, and you're the road runner. Yeah, I am the road runner. Beep, beep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So listen. So basically, Israel hits an embassy of Iran. They hit something. Consulate in Damascus. Yeah. Okay, they hit it. Bang. Right. And then Israel returns fire. Okay. And now the Israeli airports are full of people fleeing. And so there was a big discussion that Netanyahu was on a plane trying to get out. And then everyone goes, they would never tell you that if they were really fleeing. They probably fled on something else. Which to me is the whole reason I hate war pigs. It's like they all thirst for war that they and their offspring are never going to fight. Mm-hmm. Ever.
It's always going to be the poor that have no say in anything that get led to slaughter. That's why I hate war. If Nikki Haley, my favorite account on Twitter is the account where anytime a politician tweets about attack on Israel's attack on America, they tweet how much money they got from AIPAC. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. Shut up. An attack on Israel is not an attack on America.
Thank you.
Literally.
It's so dumb.
I sent you that video. Can you pull it up? So,
oh God,
I got to give.
God,
I was watching Breaking Points this morning.
Why?
What?
Go on.
Ryan Grimm made this point that the attack on Israel was very much like this scene from Austin Powers. Go ahead.
This is you on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yes.
It was really odd in that.
Yes.
So obviously the U.S. has moles, spies, whatever you want to call them, in the upper echelon of Iran's military. So we knew, and so does Mossad. So we knew 100% the exact moment that this was.
Yes.
Iran knew that when they fired these rockets, Israeli was going to have hours and hours to get ready, and it was almost odd that this thing happened and that everyone knew and that nothing really that drastic was going to.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy though, right? Go on with your point. Then I have a point. Go on.
Go on with your point.
No, you go on your point.
Go on with your point.
But I think you might have made this point the other day, so it might be your point.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's like I love that the Iron Dome can stop 300 missiles, but can't stop 3 hang gliders, right?
Hang gliders with hand grenades.
Yeah, I mean it's like that's more of October 7th. That one, no, it's a hang glider's taking forever to attack.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not a terrorist, but if I was one, I can't think of a more fun way to go about my business than hang gliding.
Hang gliding in?
I mean, that would be a hoot. You're telling me I get to hang glide in?
I mean, dude, how many times through that hang glide are you changing your decision? I wish I had done this. Fuck it, let's do it. Nah, I should have done this. Oh, man, let's go. I'm here. I commit. Oh, man, I made some. You're just the spectrum of your thoughts.
Yeah.
As you're slowly descending to attack Israel.
A lot of anxiety going around. But listen, so this is where I did a deep dive on the Rebbe yesterday.
Rebbe,
who was the guy who started the I think it's the Chaban. Do you know the Chaban?
No.
We've talked about this before.
Is that like Benihana?
It's very much like Benihana. It's just run by Hasids.
Okay.
So they throw like matzah on.
Okay, so if you had to list the worst people at Benihana to serve you, you've already been there.
Yeah.
Obviously, you didn't like black people. So that you remember when you didn't like black people at Benihana? That was so funny.
The thing about Benihana is that it is frequented by black people.
Yeah,
I love that about Benihana. When you walk into the Encino location of Benihana, it's mostly black people.
What do you think is more frequented, Benihana or Red Lobster by black people?
Benihana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%.
I think Red Lobster. They love Red Lobster.
You go to Red Lobster in the San Fernando Valley, and it's just a bunch of people, lower middle class, eating biscuits. And you're like, it smells in here. It smells like old exoskeletons. And I don't know if it's the humans or the sea bugs.
You're going to be old one day too, bro.
Get me out of here. But can you imagine eating endless shrimp?
Dude.
Endless shrimp. Why do you want to eat that many shrimp?
If you're going to get seafood, you want from a high-end seafood place. Anywhere else, like, there are people that go to Long John Silver's.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Well, and that's fine because the cod there or the pollock there is farmed and or the carp. I don't know what kind of mud-dwelling fish they serve.
What are you getting at John Silver's?
Fish Sando. I've never been to a Long John Silver's, but the thing, it's like why Trump eats McDonald's.
I used to have a great joke about at one point that they had a $1 fish sandwich at Wendy's, and I'm like, goldfish are $1.50 at the pet store. Like, what are you serving for $1?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like Arizona iced tea. It's like a massive can of it, and it's $1. It's like one of the only things that is protected from inflation is Arizona iced tea, and you got to ask yourself,
hot dogs at Costco.
You got to ask yourself, what is in that? Because it's
Yeah,
cheaper than water.
Yeah, what is in that?
Watermelon Arizona is cheaper than water. But we have this attack over the weekend, and I start going into this rabbit hole about the Rebbe and the Chaban. So the Chaban are a group of Hasids.
Yeah. By the way, the Rebbe sound like something you would meet along the way trying to get to Mordor. Right? You're like, go watch out. This is Rebbe country, okay? Go on.
Can you? Yeah.
Brian's doing his funny voice. Is that your funny voice, Brian?
Look who
look who returns, the Conspiracy Social Club.
Look who it is.
Look.
Just wanted to come in here and get on Dylan's side, speak some
Oh,
sense.
yeah. He needs it.
Oh, no.
He needs it.
What do you guys, what's Sam?
He's talking about the Rebbe right now.
Do you know the Rebbe, the Chaban?
Of course.
Yeah.
I know the Rebbe.
Right.
Well, we call our Jewish teachers Rebbe. It's what a
we?
guy named Jesus Christ
why
was
you said
called.
we? You're not.
I love Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, you think.
By the way, Jesus Christ probably caused that accident on the 101.
I want to get your take on the missiles that were shot.
Yeah, that's what we're discussing right now.
I will say this. I think.
By the way, if this was a sitcom, when he walked in, there'd be all the fake.
I miss it. Who's the tall Scandinavian?
Yeah, dude, this is Ryan. He has hope.
That's Mountain Dew Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan, Mountain Dew Ryan.
Mountain Dew Ryan. You mounting a defense here, or are you taking all kinds of shit from
today?
Nonstop.
Yarn Spinner?
Nonstop.
Today I was going to talk about how Netanyahu is a delusional zealot of the Chaban, and I'm very, very worried.
Then I got a conspiracy for you, Brian. I would love to ask you about.
Because Netanyahu is obviously made a deal with the devil, where he aligned himself with the very religious block of the party.
So we were talking about red heifers. How many red heifers have you banged in your life? How many red heifers have you slayed, Brian Callen?
When I see a heifer, I know that's the devil. That's Satan doing his best to get me to worship
No one's ever
sorry, that's the Aramaic, but I think Satan is trying to get me to essentially worship a golden calf. And the one thing I've taken from my deep reading, and I mean
I like
deep
that
reading,
take though, by the way,
Yes.
Brian. Go on, Brian.
after my deep reading and my deep reflection of the Old Testament, of the Torah, I now realize that the main lesson there is to not worship false gods.
Bang!
To not
Brian
worship
Callen.
false prophets. Yes.
Brian Callen's been, you know where Brian's been? Just outside, just increasing his turbo, and it's taken months.
Oh, no, that's very interesting. Guys, if you're wondering, I have been rolling again. I have been wrestling a little bit.
Oh, you did too? You're doing jiu-jitsu?
Well, also wrestling.
Okay,
I
so
wrestle,
wrestling.
too. My son's in a wrestling club, and I jump in periodically. The point is this. I also reflect deeply on details, on knee to elbow, on things I do to get out of, well, let's say if somebody mounts me.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now I think with the Israel-Iran thing, I think that was all Iran winking and nodding to the Brits, to the U.S., and to Israel and saying, we're going to shoot a bunch of stuff at you, and even ballistic missiles that are not loaded, that are duds, but we have to show that we're going to shoot a bunch of stuff your way, and we're going to tell you exactly when we're going to do it, and it's going to be the kind of missiles you guys can shoot out of the sky very easily.
Very interesting.
And
Okay.
it's going to be the ballistic missiles we're shooting, these big time ballistic missiles. They're also not going to be armed, but you guys are going to shoot them out, so it looks really good for you. But we also, for our streets, look like we did our thing.
Yes.
And because, do you really think Iran would risk killing 100,000 Israelis? No. Look at me. Well, I'm saying no, they wouldn't. So that was all a coordinated effort. That's my conspiracy.
Oh, that's very interesting because I've had people say to me, "Why do you believe this missile launching attack?"
Hey, can I ask you something?
A fake attack.
Favorite male porn star performers?
I love your mustache, and that should be in a porn. But do I have favorite male porn stars? Yes, it used to be Nacho.
Nacho.
Nacho was great.
Nacho.
People always go to Peter North. That's not my favorite. Nacho was awesome.
Oh my God,
of course,
dude!
And of course,
What are you going back to VHS?
Yeah, and Rocco Siffredi. I don't watch porn anymore.
No, we've discussed him.
Yeah. Rocco is amazing. When Rocco's mother died, he tells a story.
Okay, weird story.
Yeah.
Do you consider Rocco's porn his work? Because Ryan was like, I haven't seen his work.
Oh, well, it is work.
Oh God,
It is work.
You're so fucking wrong.
Why? Who does he like?
He
I don't have a preferred
I like
dick
Jason.
in porn.
Obviously, I like Jason Love and all the black guys.
Yeah.
I mean, and what's the other guy's name? There's another guy.
Dread.
Do you guys remember back in the
They're all
day,
great.
Wesley Pipes? Do you remember Wesley Pipes?
No, but do you remember Lexington Steele?
Oh yeah.
He was the first, guy to step up and do some.
Yeah,
some
realize your love of black men.
Well, I certainly remember my lady kind of going, "It's this big."
Hold on, you're watching porn with your lady?
Yeah.
Nice, Brian.
Not
you
not
really
now,
are the best.
This is my old girlfriend when I was 33 years old.
Oh my God, what was that? The 70s?
It was literally.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Brian, I have a conspiracy I want to run by you.
Please.
Do you find it crazy? Obviously, UFC 300, great success. I saw clips from your guys' companion, Lagre.
Oh, crazy knockout.
Okay.
How's Mayhem? Is he good?
The best.
Okay, so he's doing well. Do you find it crazy, Brian, that we're now starting to see this kind of resurgence of some of these old dogs that some people are like, we were talking about this yesterday. After everyone's like, oh man, is he done? Oh, and now USADA's gone.
You talking about who?
I'm talking about a lot of people.
We're talking about the bestial person who defeated Holly Holm, who is obviously on steroids.
I'm not even talking about her.
No,
I'm not talking about her.
No. Kayla Harrison's very, very different. First of all,
I'm not talking about her.
She's tested
I'm
up
talking
the
about.
wazoo.
I'm talking about. He's a great fighter, all-time great, Hall of Famer. Love him, Max Holloway, who twice went up and lost both times.
Yeah, but they were very close. Max Holloway never missed a beat, and he should be at 155.
Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier was not close, bro. That was a mass slaughter, and he was just a guy that never went down. And listen, as a Howley, I love that.
You're not
Hawaii.
You are a Howley.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
I don't think Max.
Brian, just pin this conversation.
Yeah.
Because people are going to start talking about this resurgence of guys who couldn't do anything.
Max's strength was never anything that would be. Max's endurance has always been that. His footwork has always been that. His boxing has always been that. His gameness has always been that. He broke Justin Gaethje's nose, which is in the first round, which is so hard to deal with it for 20 more minutes. You can't breathe. You can't see well. There's 1,000 things going on. You're protecting your nose. You're everything about it is bad. And Max Holloway at 55 is big and a nightmare. And I didn't realize how big he was until I saw him next to Justin Gaethje. So that's not. I don't think Max has ever been accused. Even if you look at his body, he's never been accused of steroid use because he doesn't have that kind of body.
You actually heard people going, yeah, a lot of people think he's done and he's the best he's ever been. I'm like, that's a weird thing in sports where everyone thinks the bottom's falling out and suddenly you're the best you've ever been.
But he never has been anything but amazing. Remember, with Volkanovski, who a lot of people, and I would consider one of the greatest ever, certainly at 45, but overall, Volkanovski is so good, I can't believe it. Max, you could argue, kind of might have even beaten him I think the second fight or maybe the first, but
Yeah, it was very close.
But he's so good and has never been not so
He
good.
comes back to the show, and then we just talk about UFC 300
Yeah.
for way too long.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Do you know the Rebbe's name?
Which one?
Schweezer?
I don't.
Shmuley?
Not Shmuley. Not Shmuley. Schweezer.
What?
Do you remember that Muay Thai combo I taught you a couple days ago?
Yeah, but you didn't teach it to me. I know what it is.
No, I taught it to you.
All you did is step. You jump.
Dude, watch
to
him.
one
He'll hit
side.
your legs, you go check, and then you're walking
He
weird.
jumps to one side out of the pipe.
When he gets
throws the
uncomfortable,
leg.
he starts doing his
And he's
Muay
not
Thai.
even doing it well. I could show him. I didn't want to say anything. I know, but it's not. It's okay. You were doing something that was like
Gay.
anybody who saw that would adjust immediately.
Do you
Yeah.
think that if we sparred, you would win?
Probably.
Really? You think so?
I
think
think
I would-
Dylan's
I think
a
I would
little
light you up.
more dangerous.
I think I'd light you up like a Christmas tree.
Because I think Dylan is
And I do it like this.
autistic.
Look.
I think. Yeah, this is a Kobe Bryant, Matt Barnes moment. None of that was terrifying at all. But I think that we should probably get this sanctioned by Joe and go to Joe's gym, and we should spar.
No. Because I'll get hurt doing something stupid like I did. I wrestled. I rolled with some 20-something-year-olds, and for 10 days I couldn't look left. So the problem is I can't. I got to be careful, especially sparring.
How's the baby?
Shit. The baby's great. All right, I got to go do my podcast. I love you guys.
Yeah.
And that was Brian Callen, and that's the end of the show. It's great. Thank you for
Brea Improv, April 19th, 20th, this weekend. Come see me.
How long am I doing?
I don't know.
10 at the most. Don't give him more than that.
All right, 10. You're going to do it. It's going to be great.
Okay, see you guys there. Fucking.
Oh, this dude?
This is what I wanted to get into.
Let's get into it real quick.
What time is it?
It is 11:05.
We got some time.
We got 5 minutes. Let's go.
We don't have 5 minutes. We have more.
By the way, who is the taxi driver? Who directed Taxi Driver?
Martin Scorsese.
Why is Martin Scorsese behind there?
That looks like Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, Francis Ford Coppola. Sorry.
Martin Scorsese. I gotta fix this fucking mic.
All right, play it and I'll talk while he fixes it. Go on. Yeah. Yeah, I love this guy. They're like, hey, dude, I invested all my life into this shit and I'm old. I need this. Let's pick it up. Look, he's just like laying into him.
Okay, so pause it. So this is the head of the Chabad, which is the most powerful sect of.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many Jew tunnels are named after this guy?
We've talked about this before. Please refer to them as JTs. Right.
How many JTs are named after this guy?
But at least 5.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. Rebbe 1 through 5. But he is the head of this. And the Hasids are just some of the most annoying people on planet
By
Earth.
far.
They're so fucking
But
annoying.
all like Christians, like zealous are, excuse me, not Christian. All religious zealous are annoying.
Anyone who's proselytizing in an aggressive way, get away from me.
Dude,
it's not working.
I have Jesus in my heart. God above all, leave me alone.
When you come up to me in a subway and you go, "Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?" and then try to put a fucking chuppah or whatever it's called and wrap me in your silk, it's essentially like standing on the Golden Gate Bridge trying to get people to sympathize with Gaza.
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you're just turning me off.
Sometimes people are like, "Are you Jewish?" I go, "With it." I go, "Yeah, told Jew." Mega Jew. I go, mega Jew.
I would imagine like you telling a Hasid that you are more Jewish than them.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
I go, I'll eat kosher ass.
So this guy has been very heavily involved in Netanyahu's rise.
Yeah.
Throughout his entire
Does
career.
anybody just think what that room smells like? Do you ever look at that going, everyone's in coats, nobody looks like they showered?
They're all men who disrespect women, view them as second-class citizens. I don't know if they get arranged marriages or not. They obviously don't have to groom themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous.
It's fucking okay. So this guy goes and meets with Netanyahu when he is the Israeli ambassador to the U.S. in '96, and he tells him that he is walking into the house of darkness. That's what they refer to. That's what they referred to the UN as, the House of Darkness, because it was very unsympathetic to Israel at that time. So he tells Netanyahu that he will be the prime minister of Israel in the future, in '96, and that he will be the last prime minister to helm Israel before the Messiah returns. And Netanyahu will be the one to hand the scepter of Israel to the Messiah. So these red heifers come into play because the red heifer has not been sacrificed for 2,000 years, which is this massive cleansing ritual that ushers in the building of the third temple. So these red heifers have been now moved from Texas to Jerusalem. They were raised and bred by some evangelical nut job who is actually pretty shrewd. He was like, hey, these Jews are looking for some fancy cows. I think I can...
Yeah, I would raise the price of this shit.
Dude, he sold them for like $500,000 a head or something like that.
Damn, bro.
To the Jews that come over. I mean, they're doing Zoom calls back to Jerusalem. They're looking at the hairs. I mean, everything has to be perfect on these things, right? So they fly them back to Jerusalem. And all this to say they've built the altar.
By the way, that sounds like a Nicolas Cage movie, having to get red heifers to Israel.
Yeah.
Right? What was that elephant movie where they had to get
you're talking
cargo, jumbo cargo or something?
Yeah, you're talking about National Treasure 2, I think.
Yeah.
So they have built the altar of sacrifice already on the Mount of Olives. So it gets me to thinking that Netanyahu, the likelihood, Occam's razor, your favorite thing to swing, would probably say that Netanyahu is no different than any of these war pig uniparty capitalist lizards who just want power and money. But if Netanyahu has been approached by this Rebbe Schneerson and told him that he is some part of some prophetic ushering in of end days.
He's just trying to make it happen.
It is so scary to think about someone. I mean, Netanyahu, when this whole thing kicked off, said the Bible says there is time for war and there is time for peace. People in America, we have a separation of church and state. People would flip the fuck out if someone going into wartime was citing biblical verses as a justification for what's going on.
Israel is it's just such an interesting,
so
it's so complex.
As Callan said, he's aligned himself with this thing called the Temple Institute, and they're Talmud Zionists. They're just absolutely nutso out of their minds, and they're the people behind this whole red heifer sacrifice thing. So I don't know. Listen, how many times has the Middle East fired rockets at Israel? I can't count it on my hands or my feet. I mean, it's happened way too many times. So you could say this whole thing is just going to blow over and it's not going to be a big deal. We're not going to World War III. Or you think about whether or not the prophecy is true or not. If these people are motivated by some kind of cosmic prophecy, it's scary to think about.
It is scary. It is scary. And especially if you are a religious, spiritual person, you go, is this how it plays out? Forced by warmongers to happen? Mm-hmm. Is that the spiritual, religious, is that how this plays out?
But my question to you as a child of God, isn't this what you want?
That's a great question. Do I want the return? Do I want that? I mean, I guess I do, but I just don't know if I can get behind it this way.
And it's even crazier because one of the heads of Hamas said that one of the reasons they launched this attack is because they got wind of them moving the heifers into Jerusalem on September 22nd. The attack happens on October 7th.
And what happens? They're going to have to knock down a mosque to build a third temple.
They're going to have to destroy the Dome of the Rock.
Oof. So it's about to get crazy.
And all this, and when you roll out a doomsday calendar, you're usually made to look like a fool,
right.
AKA eclipse last week.
Yeah.
But theoretically, all this is supposed to transpire during Passover, which is April 22nd.
Oh no, bro!
To April 30th.
Oh no!
Which is Monday.
Oh, thank God I'll be home.
Yeah. So next week, evidently, is the window of the sacrifice of the Red Heifer and the Rebbe's plans all coming to fruition, which end with him being resurrected and taking the scepter from Netanyahu and becoming the Messiah.
Hold on, Rebbe's supposed to do that?
The Rebbe who died in the 90s.
He's supposed to come back?
This absolute lunatic who has been fawned over by president after president after president. There's this crazy video of can you actually scrub
Rebbe, what's his name?
Rebbe Schneerson. Scrub a little bit because there's.
By the way,
that was it. Go back a little bit. Okay, right here. Go back.
Is that Reagan?
That's Reagan. Okay. So hit back 10 seconds. Okay, full screen it.
His influence was recognized by American politicians too. U.S. presidents paid homage to him, establishing and proclaiming a National Education and Sharing Day in honor.
Dude, just think of all the kids molested by that group. Unbelievable.
I mean, Reagan was kissing the ring. All of these presidents know about this guy. And the Chabad has little satellite groups in over 100 countries.
Of course.
100 countries. But you say, of course, Jews don't proselytize that much unless you're fucking lunatic Hasids.
Yeah, but dude, that has been my whole point the whole time.
Oh, he's slamming the chair right now. What's going on?
It's not Jews. It's just these insane people of every group.
Yeah.
It's the regular people. That's my whole point of everything I ever talk about. It's not the group. It's these individuals who choose to join chaos and create chaos. That's it. It's like these broad strokes on everybody do nobody any good.
Well, and it's not fair to call Muslim radicals jihadists and refer to these people as anything other than fucking jihadists.
Dude, are our dicks touching? Okay. Are we just touching dicks right now? That's been my point the whole time. The whole time. It's not Jews. It's not blacks. It's not gays. It's not whites. It's not men. It's not women. It's these individuals within the group. And that's what I end with. Everybody's retarded. Every group has retards.
Yeah.
That's the point of my closing bit, is that everyone's retarded.
Yeah.
Everybody is retarded. And when you realize that, these schmoolies and these they're all retards. Yeah. Jews are good people.
And that's why the meme coin, we are retards, is going bananas right now.
Dude, harnessing the power of retards, growing day by day.
Growing day by day. Everybody have a great rest of your week.
Have a great week. This was fire.
Welcome to Deep Waters.
Where are you going right now?
So they crank the 5G up, and then we just all get shaken and baking microwave. I love it.
I didn't say that, you absolute moron.
There was no dinosaurs. Those were Nephilim giants from the Bible.
And Lucifer is in the Vatican?
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
I think space is probably like
Just a giant liquid. Filled it up, seal the well. When it's about to collapse, release the gays.
Are you going to get the jab?
Never. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.